This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Hey, what is up guys? This is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the SH Figuarts WWE's The Rock. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in a window box packaging done in a red motif. Turning the box around, we can see the figure in multiple posing positions, with the words "Bring It," "Rock Bottom," and "The People's Champion." So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here is The Rock out of the box. And man, what an impressive figure. I have been waiting for a wrestling figure just like this, with a ton of articulation, great sculpt and paint apps, and a ton of interchangeable accessories. This is definitely one of the best Rock figures, and I cannot wait to check it out here with you guys. But before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. Now, The Rock does come with a decent amount of accessories. He comes with 4 interchangeable head sculpts, a microphone, and 5 pairs of interchangeable hands. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at The Rock. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at The Rock here. Now The Rock is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. He is the great one, the people's champion, and now one of the highest paid movie stars on the planet, which is pretty crazy. But this is such a cool figure. Like I said, I'm really glad that we're getting really hyper-articulated wrestling figures. That's just something I've always wanted for such a long time, so I'm so stoked that we're finally getting them, especially when it comes to Figuarts. Figuarts always does such amazing jobs with their stuff. So you can see the sculpt here. The sculpt is going to be broken up quite a bit with like the shoulders and the abdomen right here, which is going to allow for a lot of that, like I said, hyper-articulation, which I don't mind. You know, some people are going to think the shoulders look ugly and whatnot, like then the cut right here across the waist is going to look ugly. And, it's not the best looking. These, figures like this are going to be more for articulation and getting some really cool poses, especially with these guys with wrestling poses, which is so cool. So the body is pretty basic. I do like it quite a bit. Sculpted on knee pads and elbow pads. Those signature Rock boots with like the strap kind of like going across the back of the calf right there. Looks good. You got a silver Brahma bull right on his butt right there. I kind of wish, one thing that I will say I do and don't like, the finish on the flesh. It looks a little too glossy, so it comes off a little too plasticky looking to me. That's kind of a minor gripe, but that's something I don't know, I'm not quite okay with. I wish it was a little more flatter paint. One could argue the fact that, when wrestlers are wrestling and whatnot, they're sweaty and, glossy, from all the sweat and whatnot. I guess you can kind of play it off in that way if you like. But for my taste, as far as the figure goes, I kind of wish it was a little more of a flat paint. So yeah, just a minor detail right there. But you can see he does have his Brahma Bull tattoo right on his bicep right there, which is classic Rock. And I think the head sculpts came out really good. He does have multiple head sculpts. This is the one that you get packaged in the box. I think that looks really good. You kind of see him giving the people's eyebrow right there, which is pretty awesome. I like that quite a bit. Then you get this one right here, which is a little more, I guess, concerned. I'm not really sure what this particular face sculpt is, but that's another one that you do get. And then you have this one, which is pretty intense. The screaming, like yelling, doing the whole "if you smell" la, 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 kind of thing right there. That's a pretty intense one. But I do like this one right here too. The one that comes with the shades. And the shades are attached. Those are non-removable. They are a separate piece, but they are glued onto this specific head sculpt. Now, if you want to exchange them. You just take off the little ball peg right there and just plug on another head, and it's pretty easy to switch out the heads just like that. The same things with the hands. You can just put them on little pegs just like that. The same thing with little ball pegs, and you could do another, one like this, something like that, where he's pointing his finger or whatever it might be. There are multiple different hands you could choose, which is pretty cool. And then he does have his microphone that he can hold in one of the gripping hands. Now, one thing I hold complaint about this is a WWE licensed product, so I'm not sure why they didn't put like the WWE logo on the microphone instead of just having a plain black microphone. So it looks a little generic. So I'm not sure why they went about that route. So let's go ahead and put on a different head sculpt right here. Let's go ahead and put on this one back on. So we can take a look at articulation now. So the head is on the ball joint along with the neck, so you do get a lot of rotation like that. Just rolls around, turns left and right, looks up and down, well, up really, really far, and down about that much. You do get some head pivot in there. There is a butterfly joint in the shoulder. You can kind of see how it pulls out of that socket right up in here, which looks pretty good, or works pretty good, I should say. Let me focus my camera a little bit right here. So that comes and gets, you can do, arms going across the shoulders like that. There is a ball peg right in here, a little cup, right at the actual shoulder itself. That allows it to go up and down and out like that. Kind of rotates in there a little bit, as well as shift back and forth just like so. You got double jointed elbows that work very nice. You can even rotate at the elbow, which is pretty good. The hands are on those ball pegs, so those roll around a little bit, rotate. We even do got a bit of a hinge in there too, so you do just like that. And there are specific hands where the fingers can articulate just like that, which is pretty cool. Now we do get a double ball peg from the chest area into the crotch area. So that rolls around just like so, rotates left and right, crunches back and forth just like that, and pivots side to side just like so. We got ball joints at the hips, so you can kick very far up, very far back. You can pull the hinge, ball hinge right there in the hip, pull it down a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So it's almost loosening it up a little more, so we can actually kick a little higher and out like that. So that allows for more range too. You get rotation in the thigh just like that. Double jointed knees. Does not rotate at the boot. We do get an ankle joint, allows you to point the toe up and down, as well as rotate right at the ankle right there. There's a little cut right in there. And then you do get a little bit of an ankle rocker. So overall, I absolutely love the things you can do with this figure. The sculpt is a little soft in certain areas, honestly. The paint's pretty good. It's pretty basic for what it is. I do like the heads. The heads are really, really cool. You do get a lot of good detail in the head, because I do think that looks like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson right there, which is kind of scary. But overall, absolutely love this figure. Another thumbs up for Figuarts. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Rock comparison, here he is standing next to his WWE Elite counterpart from Mattel. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys. My review of the SH Figuarts WWE's The Rock. Now overall, I freaking love this figure. This is a wrestling figure that I've wanted for my entire lifetime. You can do so many things with that posability and finally pull off those wrestling moves that you just simply couldn't with other wrestling figures. He's got great accessories, details, sculpt and paint apps, and awesome faces that look exactly like The Rock. He is just one kick-ass figure, and I definitely recommend him. So for great deals, head over to agelessgeeks.com for awesome action figures like this and all the things you love. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.